Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light intel. And today is, of course, Friday, so we get our Friday weekly update. It's my favorite day of the week. XUR, Mr. Spaghetti Face, has returned. Unfortunately, Trials is still a no-go. But we do have Iron Banner going on. I don't know if that makes up for it. Probably not for most people, but it is here, so take advantage of that. And of course, we have our weekly farms, glitches, cheeses, and exploits that we're going to cover, as well as a few secrets. I'm going to get to all that information in just 1 second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below, as well as my Discord channel. I encourage anybody to join who needs help with any of the things currently in the Destiny 2 community, raids, nightfalls, any of that stuff. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section that'll enter you into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Okay. Mr. XUR is selling today. What is this? The Trinity Ghoul for the weapon. Wow. Alright, this was a pretty awesome weapon when it was first released. I don't think he's sold this, I don't know when he sold this last, if he's ever sold this previously to this. Fires an arrow that splits when released. It's kind of cool. I don't know if its functionality currently fits with the meta, but it's a fun exotic if you don't have it, and he hasn't sold it in quite some time, so I do suggest picking it up if you're just a collector. Who knows, it might become a thing later on. We have the Gwenson Vest. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is for the Hunter class. It is a 62 total roll, 14 mobility, 3 resilience, 16 recovery, 2 discipline, 12 intellect, and 15 strength. Vanish after spectral blade kills for more super energy. Longer explanation. Each spectral blade kill you make before going into stealth will restore more of your super energy. I don't really like the look of these, I have to be honest. It just, what is that? Is there like another shader for this? Please let there be. Oh man, talk about an exotic that needs a better look. But I'm sure that these do fit a certain, at least PvP meta, it sounds like. We have the Armamentarium for the Titan class. This is a 65 total roll. This is actually a pretty good roll and a really high resilience buff on it. We have 28 resilience, 2 mobility, 3 recovery, 10 discipline, 10 intellect, and 12 strength for 65. That's a pretty good roll on this exotic, though I'm not sure if this exotic, again, really fits into the current meta, but gain an additional grenade charge, and the longer explanation, gain an additional grenade charge. That's it. That's all you get. Fairly straightforward, but who knows? Maybe with stasis, this could be something you might want to bring if you're going up against some unstoppable champions, I believe it is. The ones that just dart around all the time. I don't know if those are overload. Those are overload champions. Because you can use the stasis grenade to basically just keep them in that frost bubble and it continually stuns them over and over again. This might be good paired with that. And then we have the Vesper of Radius. And it's very interesting that this exotic is being sold today because there is, I don't know if it's still running. I think it is a fairly major glitch going on with this exotic currently. I believe this might be one of the many reasons, though not the only reason by far, but one of the many factors that is contributing to Trials not returning, at least not yet. I don't know if Trials is going to return this season, guys. I don't know if Bungie has said yes or no on that, but I really don't think it's going to happen. Stasis just broke the game too much. And then things like this, which I'm sure were probably not, at least not in the realm of possibilities last season, but because of certain changes to the game, exotics like Vesper of Radius seem to be having, or at least the effects of Vesper of Radiance seem to be changing the game somewhat. But let me just talk about the exotic a little bit. It's a 63 total roll. It's 10 mobility, 15 resilience, 8 recovery, 12 discipline, 2 intellect, and 16 strength for 63 total. Rifts release an arc shockwave when cast. Rift energy recharges faster when you are surrounded by enemies. No longer explanation is the same. And the glitch that was going on with this was when you would cast your rift while sliding off an edge. So if you were to run and slide off of, say, like any sort of ledge in any PvP map, there's plenty of ledges, but anything that had sort of a drop that wasn't a stair after it, I think you could even get it to work on stairs in certain cases. If you were sprinting and then triggered your Well of Radiance, you would essentially create a shockwave that would nuke and one-shot almost any enemy that was around you. So any rift, not Well of Radiance, though I'm sure Well of Radiance would have some interesting effects as well, but any rift, so that second tier like Healing Rift or the Empowering Rift, you could just slide off of a ledge, trigger this, and it would just one-shot everything. So you could do this to enemies, and you could even do it in PvP. In fact, it was fairly easy to do in PvP. People would just slide at you off of a ledge, and anything around you would essentially just get nuked. So it's interesting that this is being sold today. Sorry, I rambled on about it at length, but this was a pretty big uh-oh when it came to Trials coming back. We have the exotic Ingram you can buy, as well as the exotic Cipher, the Xenology. I think I'm saying that correctly. Complete strikes or win matches in Crucible or Gambit. Extra progress is awarded for more challenging activities and for succeeding with clanmates. Succeeding with your clanmates. So I would suggest maybe just go do a Nightfall with your buddies if you're trying to figure that out. Trying to get that done quick. And that is going to be it for all the XUR information today. Hopefully that was a hair under 10 minutes. We're now going to go and into the next part of the show. As some people might know, my Friday shows are a bit longer because we're going to cover everything else. Glitches, farms, cheeses, exploits, hidden stuff currently in the community, or at least new to the community this week. So if you were just here for XUR, that's the end of it. But now let's go into all the rest. So if you're looking to do a dungeon this week, Prophecy Dungeon, Pit of Heresy, what's the other one over in the Dreaming City here? I always forget the name of this. The Shattered Throne. If you're looking to do any of these, right, and you're looking to get that flawless triumph, or the solo triumph, or the solo flawless triumph, there's an easy way to do it right now. Basically, you just have to complete the last encounter by yourself without dying. You don't have to complete the rest. Get to the last encounter with your buddies, die as much as you need to get there, drop out to orbit, log back in on any of these dungeons, and you will be able to get the solo flawless completion. It's just the way it's working right now. Keep an eye out for the fact that there might be a bug associated with this where you actually don't get it triggered in your triumphs. It'll show it, but you won't actually get it. I think that's a bug that they're fixing. There might be a retroactive element to that where regardless if you got it this way, you might get it later once the bug is fixed. I don't really know. But it is not guaranteed that you'll get this bug. So I would suggest just giving this a try if solo flawless on any of the dungeons is something that you really want. And as far as the Pit of Heresy and the Shattered Throne is concerned, not confirmed in the prophecy, though I believe it's probably the same, you can actually save a boss chest checkpoint. What that means is saving the checkpoint directly after you've beat the boss and before you've actually looted the final chest. This will allow you to essentially duplicate that checkpoint. If you go back and forth with your teammates, you can get 3 people on the chest, get the final chest loot without actually having to complete the entire dungeon or even defeat the boss. That's happening with Pit of Heresy and Shattered Throne. I'm not sure about the prophecy, but it's worth a try. In either case, some interesting exploits going on with the dungeons currently. That's it for that. If you're going into a dungeon, make sure you bring a lament with you. The lament. Why? Because this thing is still broken, and I'm going to talk about this for as long as it is. If you run out of ammo with the Lament sword, the exotic sword, if you haven't been playing, Lament is an exotic sword. If you run out of ammo with it, don't worry. Because as long as you jump in the air and do a heavy strike, so if you're on a controller, it'd be right trigger. If you're on a mouse and keyboard, whatever heavy strike is to you, jump in the air. Just has to be a normal hop. You don't have to be actually flying in the air or hovering in the air. Just a simple little hop in the air, and heavy attack will still do a heavy attack damage. It actually is faster than normal heavy attack damage. It still does the same amount of damage. I believe it even still breaks shields, so if you're going for barrier champions, it still works on them. And you can actually do that attack a lot faster. So this weapon is actually better without any ammo in it. It's completely broken. Use it for every activity because it's absolutely great. Nightfalls, raids, whatever. As far as raids go, of course, there is still several glitches in the Deepstone Crypt. If you're looking to farm spoils of war, I think it's spoils of war, these bad boys, spoils of conquest, excuse me. If you're looking to farm some spoils of conquest, very easy glitch to get the first secret chest on all 3 characters every week. It's the Heat Dome Sparrow glitch, still works, as well as the glitch to get the second chest. All of those are covered in previous videos. They'll be linked in the top right corner if you don't know what I'm talking about, or at the end of this video. But if you just go back, raid, farm, glitch, solo raid glitches, all those things, this will get you spoils of conquest, and if you've actually beat the raid, you can actually get legendary gear from it. Anything that you've already gotten, you'll be able to get from those 2 chests. There's also an interesting glitch going on with the Lament that lets you get through a wall and solo the boss. I will cover that more later if you haven't seen anything on it already. And now, one other thing that I kind of want to talk about. This is sort of a little bit conspiracy theory, a little bit of speculation on my part. But while we head over to the gunsmith really quick to see what he's selling for upgrade materials, because it's good to check every day. Everybody can always use a few more upgrade modules. And maybe today he has them for sale for a planetary material. And maybe Spider has that planetary material for sale for legendary shards. Always good to check. And today he's selling them for simulation seeds and phase glass needles. So we're going to travel to the Tangled Shore really quick. And while we're traveling, recently the Hawkmoon Quest did become available. I'm sure most people have either completed it or are intending to complete it this weekend. So if you haven't done it already, a few spoilers ahead. Just maybe mute the video right now if you're not interested in knowing a little bit of lore surrounding this exotic quest. But if you already have, this is perfect for you. there has been a secret zone discovered in the EDZ where the reservoir is. As many people know, for the Hawkmoon exotic quest, we had to travel into the reservoir and go through a series of sort of catacombs, tunnels. There was some great parkour in that mission or quest. That was probably my favorite exotic quest in a while, honestly. And there is a particular area that is very similar to the boss room for the League of Shadows Strike, though I don't think it's the same, where you come across a door that has the bird that you follow throughout the quest sitting in front of it, though I don't know if it was actually there when I originally found this door, though I think it might have been. But it might not have been. In either case, there was a door that you could scan that gave you some dialogue. For the spider today, by the way, we have helium filaments, we have barium bows for legendary shards, helium filaments for glimmer, we have etheric spiral for glimmer, and we have dusklight shards available for legendary shards. We also have glimmer available for alkaline dust. But back to the Hawkmoon. There was a door that you could scan at the last part, that sort of big circular room, that said there was a ship behind it. There would be this triggered dialogue that you would hear from the crow or somebody else. I can't remember exactly, but basically that there was this old ship behind this door. It was unfinished. It couldn't fly, blah, blah, blah. You know, we didn't know how that was going to play into anything later on. But people have glitched out of the map and gotten behind this door. And there's a whole bunch of stuff back there. Lots of stuff. There's a big room that could foreseeably house some sort of old ship, maybe a new exotic ship that you can potentially get for, who knows, maybe a 0-hour type quest. I'm not sure. The feeling behind it is that it is sort of a next 0-hour exotic type quest. It has that sort of feel to it. I certainly hope that's what it is. Now, this is just speculation from me at this point, because the 0-hour was one of the best. The Whisper of the Worm was pretty great too, but 0-hour was excellent, just because of the jumping puzzles and the tunnels and all the things that you had to go through. It was really a lot of fun. And that's really what I believe this is going to be. So, if you do feel like exploring this area and getting out of the tunnels, and getting not into this next area, but essentially above it, you can explore and see that there's going to be a lot there, it looks like. A lot more than just a room. But there's also an interesting element that when you go through a certain section, and I will make a video about this perhaps solely over the weekend, so maybe look out for that. But I encourage everybody to just go and explore themselves. That when you get to this final room, there is a way sort of inside this sealed off room. We can't see what's in it, but interestingly enough, when you go through an invisible wall, it teleports you to a very unexpected area. So I encourage everybody to go and check it out yourselves. This is the entrance right here when you come into this section of the new reservoir area, and you see that first cursed thrall down there. You'll turn around and you'll see this sort of little overhang. You'll jump up onto it, and you can sort of scoot your way. If you slide up and around, move up to the right until you turn around and you see this square. Then you'll move forward can use a sword or slide if you need to. Fairly easy sword swing. And you can get out of the map. Now there is solid ground above me. I missed it a little bit, but you can explore yourself. I encourage you to. Have fun with it. And for the secret hashtag, you can leave in the comment section of today's video if you've made it all the way to the end of this weekly rant. Leave a hashtag XUR or a hashtag maybe a hashtag secret Hawkmoon Quest or secret lore, or any other hashtag beyond light relevant to today's video. I appreciate everybody being here as always. Friday XUR updates are always my favorite video to make every week. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Little